So we got it working again. Another week of perfection here.
Look at that empty chili garlic.
Okay, you want to
sauce.
start there?
Well, I just noticed it while we were sitting down.
So that I have in this room a big 8-gallon or 8-pound? I don't remember what it was.
That's not 8 gallons. Hold on.
It's 8 pounds.
Let's calm
It's an
down.
8-pound.
8.5 pounds, 136 ounces, 3.85 kilograms.
Okay. I have a giant. It's a clear plastic jug with a green cap on it. It used to have 8.5 pounds of red garlic chili sauce from the people that make sriracha. Because sriracha has too much sugar in it. This is just like chili and
straight up
garlic.
Goodness.
And so I've gone through 2 of those in like less than half a year. Now the reason it's here is because that's going to be my new work van toilet.
Of course it is.
Because when we're on the road, sometimes you got to pee.
You got to pee a lot.
I pee a lot because I drink a lot. And so usually if instead of making you guys stop every time I got to pee at like a Cumberland Farms or a Wawa or whatever, sometimes I have a 1-gallon water jug in the back of the van and I'll just pee in that when we're stopped on a call.
It's true.
But if you notice the really big mouth on this jug,
I do notice the really big mouth.
That'll fit even my big hog.
Oh,
so
there we go. There it is.
So instead of like those little water gallon jugs, like the Zephyr Hills ones where the little cap pops off, you can't get inside it when you're peeing unless you got like one of those little noodle dicks. So you're always like nervous that you're gonna sneeze and pee all over the back of the van.
This is a very dick friendly.
So you you basically shove your cock and balls in this thing and just pee.
Right.
So it just hasn't made it in the van, but
I'm so glad we don't have a rearview mirror.
Well, we're not driving when I do it. I just when we're stopped somewhere, I'll go in the back and stand in the back. We use the 2 back doors. You kind of just stand behind them, and it almost looks like I'm reaching for tools back there, but I'm really. And yeah, I stand.
You
back
and
there.
Zach are spirit animals, and you don't even realize.
Well, we gotta pee, man. And we ain't got time. So, now that I mentioned Cumberland Farms, we get into the stop we made this week where I walked into the bathroom.
It was rough because you were like, hey, when you get an opportunity, just stop by a gas station, but like a good one, like a racetrack, or one of the decent ones. You don't have to walk around the building with like a tire on a key or none of that nonsense. And I was like, all right, cool. And we've come to, or Ben has come to the realization that Cumberland Farms is one of the nicer stops you can make when it comes to filling up for gas and going and getting your drinks. So
drinks, snacks, all that shit.
Yeah, so we're driving, and I'm looking, and out of nowhere, Cumberland Farm just appears. So I pull over, and I'm like, here you go, buddy.
We didn't pull over. We cut over like a lane or two.
Yeah, those people.
Because it was a last minute
Those
thing.
people had it coming, though, whoever I cut off. And I'm sure they did bad things.
Well, it wasn't bad driving. It was just that it just jumped up on us.
Yeah, it was weird how it just came out of nowhere.
It was like hidden by bushes.
It's like, oh, well, the Oasis. Here we go, Cumberland Farms. This is like the Mercedes of gas stations. So we pull in, and I'm like, all right, here you go, buddy. Nice bathroom just for you. And then continue the story.
So I went in. Not that I was gonna. I didn't have a sit down job to do or anything, but I went in and somebody was. I guess someone was using the urinal. So I went into the stall. And someone had an explosion, and it was like all up on the backside rim of the bowl.
Yeah.
Under the seat, on the top of the rim, out the back of the seat, on the wall to the left of the toilet, facing the toilet, and on the floor between the toilet and the wall. Just
that's a hell of a blowout.
Like someone had a handful of mud and threw it. And it just landed everywhere.
Which is funny about that because earlier on, I don't know if it was that day or the day before, where I noticed in the bathroom at work, they've got all those pictures up of, hey man, don't spray your shit all over the place, please. For the love of all, sit down.
Like a humorous cartoony.
Yeah.
Like sit down, like a do this, which shows you sitting on the toilet, and do not do this where you're bending over, spraying it on the back of the toilet.
And since
tank.
and since the building we work in also houses an irrigation company, it's all in Spanish. It's all bilingual. because a lot of those Mexicans, they're sort of animals. And they have to be
Jesus.
reminded.
Jesus.
It's true, though, that you don't have signs on the wall out of accident. Things have had to have happened to notate why we don't do these things in a society.
That's what I mean. Well, I'm surprised you don't have, because in Mexico the plumbing's so bad, they throw the toilet paper in the trash.
Yeah.
They don't flush it. So I'm surprised.
There's a sign for that, too, in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then they've had that also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, the toilet paper goes in the toilet, buddy.
Well,
That's where it goes. Which is funny because they also throw their Modelo's and their fucking banana peel. I mean, they're just
on the ground.
They just trash all over the fucking place.
Yeah, well.
That makes me so fucking mad.
It's kind of like one of those. They're paid to landscape, so they're paid to go make other people's areas nice.
Yeah.
So then when it's on their own time, they're like,
It almost makes you wish the wall isn't high enough, but then you realize I don't want to do that job. So yeah, you go ahead. I'll just pick up your fucking banana peel because I'm not a goddamn
Jesus,
animal.
dude, we're getting really like.
Nah, it pisses me off, man. It doesn't
getting
take anything to walk. Hey, every day after work, we all walk the same 50 feet to throw away our trash.
We do, but if it was a banana peel, I might throw it on the ground too, because it's biodegradable. It's like literally like will be gone in like not like paper. That a banana peel will be gone in like 3 days.
Okay, so any kind of like non-natural trash then should be thrown away.
Yeah,
You can agree. Okay, cool.
That's
cool.
fair.
All right.
Yeah. Oh. Do you have anything else you want to cover? Because I want to backtrack all the way to basically right after this last week's episode.
I mean, bro,
I got put in Facebook jail. Remember that?
Yeah.
How long ago does that feel like?
Shit, at the rate that our stories go and the rate our days go, it almost feels like this is something that happened last year and it happened a few days ago.
Like after like a week ago, but
Yeah.
we recorded the thing and then I'm like online and I'm scrolling around and I'm having like errors and I thought it was like, maybe the app was funky or something or Facebook was having a problem. But like all day I couldn't like message. I could get messages. I could send messages.
That's right. You started texting me, and I was like, "Why is Ben texting me?"
I could get messages. I couldn't send messages. I could scroll through my feed, but I couldn't post or like or comment or anything like that. And every time I tried, I got a message that I was on a 24-hour timeout. And as time progressed, I was on a 22-hour timeout, a 2-hour timeout, whatever.
Yeah.
But and I have no idea what I did. They didn't tell me. They didn't say I posted something bad. They didn't say I messaged someone something wrong.
That seems so weird.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're in a timeout, so we want you to sit here and think about what you did, but we're not going to tell you what that was.
No, and so I had no idea because I don't post like on my Facebook every day. I don't have like a daily.
You do post some naughty memes to some of our friends, though.
I do.
Friends.
I send foul shit to people for sure.
It's wonderful.
But I always vet that depending on what every individual case. I go down that list of regulars. I'm like, no, I can't send this one to this one, but I can send it to all these guys. And so I'm pretty careful about that. And plus, those people, even if I sent one to someone where they're like, hey, man, that's not cool, or I don't appreciate that, or never send that to me again. That's as far as it'll go. It's not like I'm going to get reported.
Yeah.
But
we all do it. Like
right.
every now and then, I'll step over the line and someone will privately message me, go, "Hey man, not that didn't sit well." And I go, "Oh shit, that was the line." Okay,
that's not my
10-4. That's the line. All right, I didn't know we hadn't established that. My side. My bad.
But yeah. And so
sad too because I don't like making my friends upset at me.
Fuck them. So I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm like, well, I haven't made a post on Facebook in like days, and whatever. And then I go, oh, but I did post 3 memes on our friend Adam Barisano's.
Oh, wait, we're just gonna go straight out for the call
comment.
Out. Okay, all right, 10-4.
Well, we already did it online.
Oh, that's right, we did.
So
and it was fantastic.
So
so sensitive.
We have a guy who Adam that he's a fun guy to fuck with because he goes from 0 to 10. On the dial.
We love you, buddy, but you make it easy.
Within the flip of a coin. And he's so sensitive and takes everything so personally. And we're always just ribbing him. And he never like realizes that.
And he's such a good dude too.
Yeah. And so and he used to live down here and he was part of the wrestling scene and now he's up in New England or Massachusetts doing real estate. But so he did a post, and I there's like one photo of him I always use that whenever he makes a post, I'll bust his balls by using that same photo because it's him sitting, kind of looking off, like thinking, and I always put something funny on it and whatever.
It's perfect for a meme,
right? And so, but this time I hammered him with 3, all on the same thing, and then like a little bit later, I noticed he deleted them, and I think it was because it was kind of a professional post for his work or whatever.
Yeah.
And whatever, and he just didn't want it on there. That's fine, but we were like trying to figure out how I got suspended from Facebook or put in jail or whatever you want to call it. And so we're like, it must be fucking Adam. He must have fucking maybe just deleting it did it. But so we had Blake surreptitiously, quietly message him on the side and be like, hey, I saw you deleted those things. He's like, yeah, they were blah blah blah. They weren't appropriate for, or whatever. He just didn't. He was something about like it was a work thing. I think it was a work thing. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was a work thing. And whatever it was fine. I don't care. If you want to delete it, delete it. But I thought maybe he reported it too for some reason. And he's like, no, I would never, blah blah blah. And so I messaged Anthony. I said, when I'm out of Facebook jail, I'm gonna post about how I was put in Facebook jail. I'm like, if I ever catch the motherfucker that put me in Facebook jail, he's a dead man. And I prompted Anthony to hint that it must be Barisano. Like, he's done the detective work. He works in loss prevention. He does investigations all the time. It must have been him.
So fucking funny.
And Adam, like, lost his shit. And it's all, like, in posts on my, comments on my post.
How could you think that of me?
I would never. Blah, blah, blah. And we try to keep needling him, but we know at a certain point, it's just like we've already pushed him too far, and he's like, I feel backstabbed and betrayed, and he was private messaging me going, how could you think I would ever do this, and blah, blah. And then I'm like, buddy, we're just ripping you. He's like, oh my god, I should have known it.
Oh man, it was like the Careless Whisper the other week.
Well, we'll get to that too because that's funny. But I mean, like, I feel like everything we do now has to involve like just fucking with someone. Like why even everything that happens to us? It's like, let's turn a rib on someone. Like, I get put on Facebook jail. How do we like fucking amuse ourselves out of this? Because just going back to life as normal afterwards was like whatever. So we're like, all right, let's kill Barisano with this one.
It's funny. I've never been put in Facebook jail, and I've said some audacious shit.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird.
I don't know.
I've never on my personal account or on the old Sean Prime account. Never got myself in enough trouble to actually to notate, and I've said some shit. So it's pretty weird that you just offhand.
Well, and I don't know what it was from.
Yeah,
I still don't know what it was from. It maybe, and this is the only thing I can think of. Maybe because he deleted 3 posts of mine,
weird algorithm
off of one thread. Yeah, that maybe I was harassed. That like Facebook thinks I'm harassing him or something. Who fucking knows?
And it's funny because the a friend of mine still in the business in I want to say in the north part of the state. He had an issue where, like, this is when the day you got back, where he was like, oh, that's great, got put in Facebook jail for a post I posted 8 months ago. And I was reading their comment thread. I don't think you and I ever spoke about this. I was reading their comment thread, and someone had said, like, oh, yeah, Facebook will just do that. Like, go back and just, like, see what you've been saying for the past year or so. Yeah. And they'll dictate it off of that. Now, I'm not saying that you've posted anything in a year that would notate that, but they might do some weird. They might have done some weird dive on your shit, and without any context, and without knowing what's going on, some of the most mundane posts can come off really trashy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Or maybe they have some new. They're searching for some new word or something.
Yeah, exactly. And you because you always get those. Hey, you posted this 7 years ago, and you're sitting there like, no, I'm not resharing. Like, for me, because my personal account used to be my wrestling account. So I get like these weird fucking promos I've cut or shit I've said, and I'm like, why would I want to share this? I wish I had forgotten I said it. I'm like one of those perfect examples of I am not that person anymore. Holy shit. Like, oh, because I am not a wildly consistent person. I'm all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
But something like that could have happened. And
whatever it is, it's over now.
Yeah, it's over now, and it was Barasano's fault.
Right. I'll always, every now and then, I'll just go on and I'll hint that I still feel like he.
Well, you can.
I'm not 100% convinced he didn't rat me out. Just publicly, I'll say that so that because I know that that dial will crank to 8 or 9 on that one.
What you should do is next time you post one of his memes, make sure to caption it with like, "Hey man, see you in 24 hours."
Yeah. Yeah. Once you report, I'll see you 24 hours after you report this.
Nothing but love, Adam. Nothing but love.
So you brought up the Careless Whisper thing.
Oh my God!
I was inspired on TikTok. There was this guy who harasses
Did you say TikTok.
TikTok.
Oh.
Who?
Or TikTok.
I might have mispronounced it. This guy that he's got the most fantastic mother in the world. She's like gold for TikTok.
Yeah.
Like the way she talks, what she says, what she does. It's
kind of like
hilarious.
the Bam Margera parents back in the 90s.
It's different, but
same vein.
But she's the center of it.
Yeah.
And him like torturing her sometimes or whatever. And so he was playing like Careless Whisper, the song from Wham, right?
Yeah.
All day. And it was just her reactions to being bombarded by this song all day. So I got the idea I was going to do it to you. Since we work together 8 hours a day, that I was going to do it for all week. Just do it like 5 or 6 times a day. Hopefully by the third day you couldn't get it out of your head, et cetera, et cetera. But I literally did it to you 4 times.
You misrepresented how crazy I go, Ben.
Well, you didn't flip out, but
No.
it's more commentary of my laziness. Because I got a reaction, and instead of going and getting 10 more of those reactions for the week, I was like, all right, this is good. I'll post it. So it went from like the first ones you like working in a meter box, and you hear the music, you look up and you smile at me, and you're nodding your head to it. And by the 4th one, we're at the drive-through, and I play it real loud where you can't hear her, and you just reach over and grab my phone out of my hand, and it's like that whole tumbling point of view thing. And I'm like, all right, this was enough to make a TikTok video. I'm good. Even though I really could. So then the next day, we'll preface this by saying that early in the morning, we discussed how we really need to get those tires changed.
Yeah.
We need to get the tire changed. And lo and behold, as we get down into Miami
We had the
for our
blowout.
first call, the tire goes. And we're stuck in a good place. We were pulled over in pretty much a no traffic area.
By the beach, it was.
Yeah, it was. But we had the tire. We had to jack the tire up. We had to take the old tire off. We had to wait for Seth to bring the new tire down because, of course, we forgot to put the spare in the truck that we talked about. That was there. It was like we cursed ourselves. Not only did we say the tire needs to be addressed, but we have a spare and it's sitting over there and it should go in the truck. And we didn't do any of that.
We did everything but piss on a Haitian shaman.
Right, and so so I'm sitting there and you know we're changing the tire and you're Mr. Tool Guy. You like to get down and do that before anyone can do anything. And so I'm filming you do that and I'm laughing to myself. And then you had a problem with your Sawzall where you couldn't get the blade out for 2 days. And so while we're waiting for Seth to come and the van's jacked up with the tire off and nothing to do, you decided to try and get that thing off and it was not coming off.
No.
And I'm laughing because I see how frustrated you are, not only with the tire, but with the saw. And I'm thinking, oh, if I was only bombarding him with this song right now, this would have been the reactions. This would have been the true violence. But I was like, I already made the post. I already fucked myself because now.
And your phone's for all intents and purposes brand new. Don't put it in that kind of. Don't put your phone in.
I was just so.
Or don't get mad when something happens because you're like, well, I did push.
I learned my lesson about being impatient. I only got one reaction instead of getting like 5 days worth of violent reactions. And
you probably would have gotten a good promo out of it at some point.
Oh no, you would have gotten so fucking hot, and it would have been glorious because it's rare I push you to the point, but I've seen it, and like you try to restrain yourself, but yeah. So
I'm not the best at masking my emotions, in case you haven't been paying
I was
attention.
I was just twice while you were with the impact drill taking the lug nuts off the wheel. I filmed it, and I'm like, laughing to myself how, oh man, I should be like just hitting him with a song right now. He'd be so mad. And then that was bad enough because that's just like whatever. It's a tire. It goes, you know. But that saw, and for 2 days not being able to get that blade out of it, you were getting so fucking worked up. Yeah, that was like, oh my god.
I get worked up over my tools, man.
I really almost wanted to just do it anyways,
like,
but
I
knew my safety was at risk.
Yeah, I'd apologize,
especially
afterwards.
Since you had a sharp blade in your hand. Yeah. More than one. You're like, you have a knife trying to get the blade out and all that.
And what's even worse is I was thinking about it the other day because I always do this in retrospect, and now I'm like, man, if I had just like put this thing on like a vise and pulled really fucking hard, I probably would have been able to save it without destroying. Because I destroyed the chuck of the process. We're getting it rebuilt, but I'm a big thing about my tools, and the entire time I'm going through this,
well, here's what
Ben is just thinking of like, I didn't needle him enough.
Right.
We didn't get to full prime rage.
Right.
We only got about halfway.
Not even half.
Not even half. Actually.
No, that.
Because I really politely, I was just trying to concentrate on ordering the food.
No, there was it wasn't politely. There was some agitation. You reached real quick and grabbed it.
You may be right. You may be
it was heat of the moment, but
heat of the moment.
Yeah. So,
holy
well,
shit.
TikTok. While I'm on
you and AJ are hopelessly addicted to TikTok.
I'm not addicted so much as I'm trying to build up the account so it can make us money.
Like it used to be
like so we could sell T-shirts and that.
It used to be you'd share funny memes or you'd share. Now anytime you share anything with me, it's almost exclusively something.
There's a lot of funny shit on TikTok. Oh, you mean watching TikTok? Yeah,
yeah.
I'll scroll like. For 2 hours.
We had drove to Jupiter the other day and just been in the back, just boop, watch, bloop, boop, and just going off in his own little world.
The problem with TikTok when you're not. Even when you are the one looking at it, if you hear it in the background, because they use the same like handful of song bites for most of them, it could get really repetitive, especially if you're not actually watching the video.
Because I can imagine like a lot of it is the same 10,000 people trying to do the same meme, only with their own little.
But they have music like available, like little 15 or 30 second things
like
you could put on your videos and stuff. But so the famous and trending ones are going to be over and over and over again, and it's the same 15 to 30 seconds of that music.
Is Careless Whisper on that?
Oh, where did you think I got that? I was recording them through TikTok. Yeah. You were, and it played loud.
It did play loud.
So it was good. So the TikTok thing. I almost feel like I should bring Anthony in on this because I was talking to him about it. But that's what I'll do. I'll call him and bring him on because there's a...
You sure he's not embarrassing his daughter at some mall right now?
You can only hope. No, I told him that we might call him around 1 o'clock. So we'll see what happens. If he answers the hotline.
It is exactly precisely around 1 o'clock.
1:01. He's going to chide me that I'm 1 minute late. Watch. We'll see if he answers. I don't know. He gave me the business yesterday for being 2 minutes late.
Did he?
Yeah.
Prompt ass.
Who?
Huh?
What? Me?
Yeah. Remember when I called for the Furlough Files? You're like, you're 2 minutes late.
Sure.
What's up, champ?
What's going on?
How much we were getting into a TikTok conversation, so I figured I'd bring you on for this.
Oh.
What?
What's going on?
Nothing.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. Remember, I was going to tell him about when I recorded my neighbors taking the parking boots off their car.
Yeah.
And I posted it on TikTok and started to get like a gazillion racist comments on it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm like, wonderful. All day I'm policing it, deleting racist comments. And like, listen, I'm not all for that stuff, so I definitely want to pull it off, especially if it was going to start to become a forum for like a hate chat or something like that.
You were going to cultivate.
But some of it was really bad, like way out of line.
Yes.
It's always a refreshing to know that people will say anything on the internet when they know that they can't be held personally accountable for it. And I love it even more. Like Ben, you could be the guy who gets a timeout on every different platform. You could be Barisano'd on every different platform. Love you, Adam.
But I like there like I won't go through all of them, but it was like one of the bad ones. Like it wasn't one of the worst ones, but I'm just like, what? Who says this? Like, oh, here we go, black people being black again. And
Jesus.
yeah,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I don't even think they were black. I don't. I
Oh,
didn't.
you weren't.
I wasn't asking where they came from. But
Let me guess. These are the same people that have the American flag with the blue line across it, right?
those are police people.
Are they police officers?
That's the police.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was
the thin blue line.
Oh, I thought it was some fucking Trump shit.
No,
Oh,
no.
Oh, well, fuck me then.
Here we go. We're educating Marco.
I honestly didn't know. I don't pay attention to any of that shit. I just see the jokes and the memes on Facebook and laugh.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, the comments were like out of line.
Yeah,
Good
we're
Lord.
completely out of line. I'm like, well, that's the last time I posted.
What about
something like that?
What about the Busta Rhymes car mumble meme? That didn't get anything.
No. That was just got.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's got appreciation.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. So the world is okay then. All right, just the darker corners of it when you post that shit.
Right. We were telling this. We were talking about me being in Facebook jail and doing the rib on Adam.
That was great.
How quickly did he fly off the handle?
I mean, you're talking. I mean, it could have been. Had to be less than 10 seconds.
It's what the shame of ribbing him, I think, is that you can't enjoy it for too long.
No.
You literally have to. It's like a guy that it's like a 3-pump chump. Like
Yeah.
when you can't.
Right.
I don't know.
You're sitting there. You're
But it's still
preparing-
fun to do.
You've got like 3 hours worth of material here, trying to see how far you could go. And on the very first push, he goes, "Hey, motherfucker!" And you're like, "Oh, come on!"
He's like he's on the ledge already, ready to kill himself.
I would never do that.
So Fatso.
There we go, Fatso. I'm 10 pounds down. He's calling me Fatso.
Listen,
You probably gained weight this week.
I have
At where were you? The Korean Peruvian barbecue?
no. I was at a house, someone's house, and they're Argentinian, and they were barbecuing meat. I didn't go to.
Who let you in their house?
So my
They
dad.
probably didn't let him in. They made him stay outside.
He stared in through the window.
Well, I was part of this is part of the conversation was I was telling you or Anthony that I've gained so much weight that none of my clothes fit.
Oh my god!
So I was like, all I have are work clothes, and so like I almost no showed my dad because it was a thing for my dad's birthday.
Oh,
I almost
okay.
no showed this because I have nothing to wear.
This is my homeless son.
Hey, but I showed up. My other brother, the one that lives with my dad, no showed.
Oh,
No, he didn't. You're
Yeah.
kidding me.
Yeah.
fantastic!
Oh, but what's funny is because my brother, we rib him all the time. So when the dude was cooking the meat, and we're all just sitting outside chilling, and he's like, "So are we waiting for your brother?" I'm like, "Fuck!" I literally just said, "Fuck him." When the food's ready, we eat. And my dad's like, "Yeah, no, we're not waiting for him."
He had his chance. Is that Harold?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you both know
And
him.
so he just didn't come at all. He
No,
didn't go
he does tutoring, so I guess was doing it online or whatever, and it was like at least till like 8. I think he had a call at like 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So I don't know how long that lasted, but he never showed up, and he never let anyone know he wasn't coming. So whatever,
Wow.
Happy birthday, Dad.
right?
Isn't there something to be said for the absence makes the heart grow fonder or something like that?
Yeah, except when my dad gets home, he has to see him anyways. So
That's a little rough. That's a
there's
little
no
rough.
fun.
I hope your dad didn't bring him a plate of food.
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
What do you listen? That wasn't happening. You've met Ben, right, AJ?
Right, I
You know
can
what
imagine
raised
his father's
that?
like.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
So I notice you keep jumping on the scale, which I think is going to be your downfall. You're like,
Right.
we're tortoise in the hare here. You're off to a great start, but you always get off to a great start. But I told you that it probably took a lot of work to maintain that 272 number. Like you don't it's hard to just you can't coast on that. So as soon as you did anything other than stuff your face all day with bad food, you were going to start losing it.
You almost act like it's a chore to be fat.
When you get that fat, I think it can be, because he was still active. Now, if you're one of those 600-pound blobs sitting in a bed match on becoming the bed mattress, that's a different story. But he was actually he would actually get out of bed, walk around the kitchen.
Yeah, I was going to say he wasn't leaving the house.
About it. No, I did some laps around the kitchen.
Yeah, you were on the max cap workout.
Every third lap was like another Entenmann's donut.
How close were you at your biggest AJ to taking his shit, knowing you had to take a shower because you couldn't reach?
Oh, I mean, listen. If you listen to the Furlough files, you know I was only showering every 2 days. There's no point in showering. There was no point.
There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, where was I going? To the kitchen?
I guess maybe that I'm glad that we've stayed working. So I've had that regular schedule and I'm thinking yeah, you're right. If you're just fucking sitting in your house all goddamn day,
every weekend I don't shower. I don't give a fuck, man. That's
who's gonna smell you?
Right. I don't have a wife.
Right.
I don't have to. Marco's the one that's married and has to smell presentable to go to bed at night.
Yeah, that's true.
And who gives a shit about Huss? So who cares, right?
Well, we're not getting.
I had to throw a Huss shot in there for Blake.
That's fine, but in all honesty, it's not like we sit next to each other on the couch or anything,
I hope not. Yeah. Or you're probably not allowed to anyway. COVID rules.
6 feet, Daddy. 6 feet.
Right.
Well, honestly, there are no COVID rules here, but we had Blake, because Blake's coming over to watch the AEW pay-per-view tonight on the Messenger. I was getting worked up for a whole day about how, Huss is going to want you to fucking, have your temperature taken at the door, and you gotta bring your own fucking plates and cups and whatever, or I forget all the funny things we were saying, but I got. At first, he thought I was screwing around, but I kept going to the point where he was starting to believe it, I think.
Right. He was.
Yeah,
he was.
No, 100%.
I was like, we definitely have a 6-foot rule in here. We got rid of the couches, and we have just folding chairs that are measured out, and when we're in the same room together watching TV, we're on those.
I think he believed you for sure.
Well, because I never got super ridiculous with it. I just got it. I mean, I got a little outlandish, but nothing outside of the believability of the myth of my roommate, that he's built up. So yeah, so he's coming over here tonight, and I didn't keep it up, but I
guess tonight's the first time I'm going to watch AEW.
Yeah.
Oh, your first time? Huh?
Yeah, I get to pop my cherry with whatever is going to be presented on pay-per-view tonight. I don't want to know, by the way. I'm just going to watch.
I'll just let you know that 2 or 3 of the performers that were on the card all got injured Monday or Wednesday.
Wait, injured or injured?
Injured enough where they can't.
Injured. Really injured. Yeah.
Oh.
Like for real.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I saw 2 of them on TV. I was like, oh, that person's not working Sunday or Saturday.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
So here's the thing, though. If you don't rib Blake when he comes in that house today.
Well, I'm thinking when he knocks on the door, I'm just going to hand him a thermometer.
I think it has to happen.
I have a thermometer.
Oh, you have a thermometer?
Yeah. I'll hand it to him and go, listen, just real quick, stand out here and knock on the door in 90 seconds.
Say, hey, listen, Huss is really.
I'm going to answer the door with a mask.
Wait. We get some latex gloves.
Yeah, we can do it all.
If you make Blake watch the entire pay-per-view with gloves and a mask on, I would die.
So would he?
He would never. He would 180 and walk out.
The hate would burn through the latex.
He would never come inside the house. Never.
No.
So
he'd be online burning Huss down within 2 minutes.
But would he name names or would he vague post?
I don't know. He was throwing.
Actually,
he was throwing names around the other day, man.
Yeah, the last time we called him, he named some names.
Oh, he was throwing down SoCal. He was throwing down all those fucking people.
He burned Mia Yim to the ground. And
I was like,
Lee.
you still working the business, man. You need to calm the fuck down.
He started naming names.
I was like, that's for me to do.
Right.
It's like
I guess it's been like 2-3 months since he's done a show, so he's probably like
he's getting
know.
stir crazy,
Well,
starting to forget his place.
Right.
If Blake's taking the gloves off, I feel like we were all kind of behaving ourselves because Blake is sometimes involved. If we
Yeah.
no longer have to protect
Right.
Blake at all for any reason, then fuck it.
I mean,
Who do we want to burn down this week?
Well, I think we should just leave it up to him. It's funnier.
yeah, we'll just follow his lead. Well, like he'll say some shit, we'll be like, yeah, what he said.
Yeah. So when the heat does come down, we can be like, it was all Blake.
All Blake, man, all Blake. But you agreed with him, yeah, man. But he took the lead.
Let him blaze the trail, so to speak.
Right.
So anyway, back to you being fat. Okay, two things. I have seen you behaving yourself in terms of.
Yep.
But I did see you post a TikTok video where you're eating donuts and you're pretending like that was filmed 2 days before.
Those are keto donuts.
Of course it was. If you don't think I planned ahead, come on. You think this is my first weight loss competition? I already beat you once.
I don't know if that was for psychic warfare or if because your Twitter following is throwing a revolt over you being on a diet, and so you were filmed like 2 weeks worth of content just to placate them.
Oh, I did. I filmed that Monday when I knew this contest was happening. I was like, I got to get to filming.
So AJ, I have a question. Ben has brought this up a few times. Now, when it comes to you guys' competition, we all know that whatever if Ben loses, or in your eyes, when Ben loses, his punishment will be something disco related. It has to be disco inferno related. Whatever it is, it's just we know what that Cinderella is. Now, how the fuck do we punish you? You're not embarrassed by shit.
Right. This is true. I don't know.
I mean, other than like
how you can punish.
Other than like. I can't think of anything that you wouldn't just go, oh, I'll turn this around.
Well, I mean, other than like just making you go through a pain punishment of like doing some hot sauce shots or eating 2 raw onions.
Right, that would be a punishment. Yes, because that would suck.
And then we would also benefit from that in terms of we'll film it.
That reaction video will definitely be priceless.
So I'm thinking maybe I'll send you. I'll pick the hot sauce and send it to you. And you'll
Oh no!
Jeez.
Like some like donkey fucked your mother kind of hot sauce.
It's a good thing I'm not going to lose.
Listen. As long, whatever you got to tell yourself to at least stay in the competition.
I think Ben should put a positive review on every one of Disco Inferno's matches on YouTube, and then post that positive review on Disco's Facebook. Every one.
God.
Something like that. I mean, that's a good. It's just a good starting place.
He had a good one where I had to go buy Disco's merch, wear it,
yeah, he has to
and
buy
then do like
shirt.
a video or a photo post or something.
Gotta give Disco.
And I already listen.
Not only would I have to
give the shirt,
not only would I have to give him money, but then I would have to like put him over, right?
And I found the shirt. It's a picture of him doing the disco dance, and it says Disco Inferno.
Right.
And it's only $19.99 on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Jesus. Well,
if it's on Pro Wrestling Tees, doesn't that money actually go to Disco?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get like, I don't know what the cut is, $5 a shirt or something like that.
Oh my God!
Hopefully,
could you imagine him opening an envelope, $5 from Ben Temples?
Well, I'd still be up on him. I'd still be up on him.
Yeah,
because I still have a nice photo of the $200 cash he mailed to me when I won the bet on.
That's right, I forgot about that.
On the Dolphins having a better season than the Falcons that year.
Yeah.
We should make
that fucking weirdo mailed 2 $100 bills to me in a fucking
that
envelope.
Is weird. Wow, that is weird.
Maybe
with no like certified signature receipt. Like just sent 2 $100 bills in the mail, which was cool to get cash.
He should have said that like a picture of his dick with it.
Right.
He might have rubbed his nuts on the bills, but to be honest, I don't give a fuck. It's still
money's still green, Daddy.
To this day, I'm still plus 200 on him.
Maybe after the end of this month it'll be $195.
Well, technically I take the $20 hit. He only gets the $5.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or whatever the cut is. I don't
like,
know how pro wrestling tees work.
It's like Ben's asked me like twice this week, like, how do we punish AJ? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know anything that we could do to him that wouldn't positively affect his TikTok account.
For now.
I mean, anything like with the hot sauce. Like, I don't like. I don't like hot shit. So
That's
that
what
would piss me off.
I'm leaning that way. Like I'll get one of the super hot sauces, and you gotta
it's
fucking.
like I'm not a fan of that.
You got to do like 2 shots of it, and then like I think you got to keep the camera on you for like an hour, like the whole.
Just watch the evolution,
While I
and the
die.
self-destruction.
The entire suffering, the you eating like a pound of fucking ice cream, the you
Oh my
having
God.
like the fire shits, the whole thing.
This is kind of weird fetish, Ben. This is going weird territory here.
Right, like he's dreamed about this before.
Yeah, he's just gonna be like, yeah, that's right,
Dude,
that's
Can you wear
right.
this shirt and these shorts and sit on this? What?
You're gonna be doing a food customs.
Right. Next thing I know, I'm on like OnlyFans.com. I'm like, wait, that's me.
Fat man sweats. Oh
Right.
shit! Actually,
2.2 million
And
views.
right, but the humiliation is that those views are not on your fucking channel.
Right. I knew that was coming. I knew you were gonna say that.
so salty.
So by the way,
By the way,
since every time you post a video on your TikTok and then go log on the Breakfast Club one and comment on your own video and then reply
Right.
back,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do that, I assume you're boosting some algorithm or something, right?
I'm trying, but I've been
Okay.
doing it the other way.
Well,
You can't
then-
tell me I haven't.
Then do it the other
you
way
called
all
me
the
out on
time
it?
too.
I have been. Since
Eh.
you called me out on it.
Oh, since I called you out, maybe.
I figured. I figured you were like old and didn't know how to work the thing.
I mean, at the first couple, yes.
Right.
When you're like, dude, you don't understand hashtags and blah blah blah.
Right. You posted 2 videos sideways.
Well, but that's honestly though, I did that so you could see them.
I can't.
It was
laugh
either
at
going
all.
to crop half of it out.
I can't even imagine the fuck show my TikTok account run by me would look like.
Dude, well, first of all,
You'd
I-
be banned in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
first,
I would.
and second of all, you don't even do Instagram, so
No, I don't know. Instacart, don't know what you're talking about.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or Twatter, none of that shit.
Twitter. I had to get back on Twitter. I stayed off Twitter. I deleted my personal account. I don't even have an account now. I just have the Breakfast Club one, and which Anthony also posts with sometimes or comments with. But I had left that for Anthony to do. But I think neither of us was interested in doing.
I don't
using it
even
much.
really want a Facebook account
But
anymore.
but I had to get back on Twitter because Disco like isn't on Facebook anymore really, and the only Instagram posts he posts are a rare every time he gets a haircut, and with the fucking the pandemic he
yeah.
hasn't got a haircut and so
He hasn't got a haircut.
so I haven't been able to fuck with him, but he's super active on Twitter, so every now and then I'll take a pot shot at him. Which is funny because when he fires back, people like it, and sometimes when I take a shot at him, people like it, and I don't know who these people are, but
You're the only one getting him over these days.
no, he's got a podcast.
Oh, that's right.
He's got the podcast with Conan does pretty well, and he also I think he participates on one of Vince Russo's podcasts, but I don't know.
Shit for brains.
Yeah, he does something with it.
Yeah. Like he's a regular call-in or something. I don't know. I don't listen to either because it's just
I started
going
listening to the Jim Cornette podcast.
Yeah.
Totally guilty. He's become my wrestling spirit animal.
I can't.
I didn't realize how much I loved Cornette. I always thought I hated the guy, but then I started listening to stuff. I'm like, I love everything he says. This guy's amazing.
I can't listen to an hour of him, but
Oh,
like
it's
those
great.
soundbite ones, the clip
good.
ones are
Yeah.
fun because they're picking the better.
And he goes
better
into
stuff.
stories, and he tells. Like I was listening about.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, well, I was just listening before I came over here about Honky Tonk refusing to job to Macho Man, the IC belt when Honky Tonk left, and it's just cool to like have those doors lifted because that's back in the day where like these guys were real.
Well, it's cool
businessmen.
when somebody tells their unvarnished truth.
Yeah.
It may still be skewed by their viewpoint.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys
Right.
that are afraid to like actually tell what happened. So yeah, anyone that's gonna pull that curtain back and tell like what really happened, and always those stories are always amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're always crazier than you think they're gonna be.
Oh yeah, like this. In this
Right.
like I didn't realize how crazy Warrior really was until I started listening to the Cornette one. And then there was hey, wrestlers react, and you listen to some of these guys and they're like the dude was like out of his fucking mind. No one knew what he was talking about half the time. We all couldn't wait for him to leave the locker room. We all couldn't wait for him to be fired. And it was just like, wow, that's pretty fucking neat. Like, you just don't think of that. Like, you know that he was not liked, but you didn't understand how bad it was. That kind of shit. Or like how good someone is, or how much better someone would have been if this situation had happened. That kind of stuff. I like listening to that kind of stuff.
What does this have to do
with AJ
being fat? Being fat.
Okay.
Yeah.
It did not really anything.
I don't know. I'm really just not a fan of Cornette. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really.
He's funny sometimes, but
yeah, I'm not either. He's annoying.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we had the same level of bitterness. Only he made a fantastic amount of money, and I made none.
I keep looking over at the computer to make sure it's still recording.
We don't want to repeat.
Geez.
I'm not calling AJ back after this. He's gonna do whatever he does on his Saturdays.
Well, the funniest thing was.
Well, I mean, I don't know, that whole episode.
I'm going to assume that whatever you do when you hang up the phone today is probably going to be embarrassing one of your children out in public.
They don't.
They don't, not, like, well, no.
They avoid him a lot.
Well, no, but like he'll be out to like
Nick doesn't wake up till 3:00.
Jesus! Oh, he's a teenager. That's right.
Right. So
I keep forgetting when you're a teenager, like the laws and the rules of life are completely different. Like you don't have to be up at like 8 a.m. to actually
like
be productive.
So this was yesterday morning. At 5:30, I go to pee. I get up to pee, and I see he's texting me and says, "Can we Uber eat McDonald's?" I said, "Are you fucking stupid?
What?
Like 5:30 in the morning? Did you really just ask me that?"
Uber eat McDonald's.
He's like, "Yeah, I haven't gone to bed yet. I was playing online or whatever game." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, you're not getting McDonald's right now. Sorry, dude."
He wants.
I mean, if he gets a job, he can Uber eat whatever the fuck he wants, whenever he wants.
He wants, right? Yeah,
Right.
I don't give a shit what you do from that point.
Is he old enough to get a job?
He's
he's
in high school.
He's 15.
Holy
Right.
fuck! 15.
He's just a lazy fuck.
Buddy, I know who can mow that lawn of yours.
Hey, you better go to Chick-fil-A. They're hiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good starter jobs.
Dude, you'd love if your son worked at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, you would fucking love it
Right.
so
I actually don't like Chick-fil-A. We know this. Come on.
You'd like it if it was free. That always tastes better.
Yeah. And you would like it instead of like,
Chick-fil-A.
like what? Like if
remember-
you brought home like 4 or 5 spicy chickens, that equates to like what, one full.
And that's a different
sandwich?
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, the
Right,
food's
right.
not terrible. There's just not enough of it.
Right. I feel like it's. You went there the other day, right?
Yeah, no. It's the same problem I have with what's that barbecue place around here? Mission Barbecue. Same place.
oh yeah, their stuff's
yeah,
not
same
enough.
kind of-
It's the same exact problem I have. I'm like, man, your food is good, but what's with this fucking sample size bullshit and premium
right.
pricing?
Right.
Fuck you. $18 for me to like need to eat again? No.
Right.
Yeah, if
Wait,
I'm still
did you
hungry
go-
when I leave,
Yeah.
there's a problem.
After?
Yeah.
That's what I
If I spend $20 at Chick-fil-A, I'm hungry 2 hours later. If I spend $20 at
Wait,
Wendy's, I might be put in a food coma.
So when you went to Chick-fil-A the other day, did you eat and then go get something else after?
100% did.
I think that's what happened.
100%. I got a spicy chicken combo at Chick-fil-A. I
Yeah.
was coming home from doing some runs from storage with the wife. I dropped her off on the way to do the podcast. I picked up Wendy's
Yeah.
because I was starving.
Well, that was the thing. He goes like he mentioned he had gotten Chick-fil-A, and I go, so I guess that means the Wendy's run, because I was still off the diet, and I was last 2 weeks I was having him grab me a spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's while he was coming over, and he's like, oh no, I'm totally going to Wendy's now.
Oh yeah, hold on. I almost want to bring up the conversation if I can. I don't know if it's May 10th. I'm way too fucking far. Where the fuck did I get all this shit from?
Jesus, that's an inexperienced person who never scrolls up in a conversation.
Right.
Oh, listen, okay. Yeah, fuck it. But yeah, it was just like that where like you hit me up and I was like, no, fuck that. I'm going to Wendy's. Fuck yeah. I'm a grown man. I can't eat that fucking. I mean, it's like like Demolition Man when they went to Taco Bell and you had these little pieces of things and you're like,
Right.
bro, all that together isn't even a fucking like lettuce slice. Let's be fucking honest here. You go to Chick-fil-A and you're like, this is great if you're 10 years old.
Right.
Like
Right.
this is a 10-year-old.
You know, my favorite part of the story is though.
What?
You dropped your wife off first, then went to Wendy's, as if you didn't want her to know you were going.
No. She knew, but she had to go to work. So she had to start work. Because on Saturdays, she is her last day, so she starts work at like 12:30. So she had to be home now. I usually do the podcast between 12 and 3. So I was like, all right. She goes, "You're getting more food." I'm like, "You're goddamn right, I am. Fuck this." and he's
did she pick Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, she talked me into it. I got in line at Chick-fil-A, and I was there. For like 2 cars moved, and my first reaction was, "What the fuck did we end up in Chick-fil-A?" Oh, you wanted us to go to Chick-fil-A because you can eat a meal at Chick-fil-A and feel full because you aren't a full-size adult. Like, I am a full-sized adult, you know?
That's what I don't know where you're going with her.
I'm not going. No. She's not like a midget or nothing. It's just
right,
she eats like a regular person, or we don't.
Did you marry a 16-year-old or what?
Oh, shit.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, the milkshakes are fantastic at Chick-fil-A, but that's really it.
And I don't drink milkshakes, so I don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
Although I do
their
love
fries aren't bad, though.
I do love their Arnold Palmers, but it's not really hard to mix fucking iced tea and lemonade wherever you go.
Yeah. If you fuck that up, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And as far as the spicy chicken game is concerned, Wendy's has already won that game. You can continue to try all you wish. I still haven't had that Popeye sandwich, but it can't. If it just tastes like their chicken on a bun.
It's probably really good.
I mean, it's probably
whatever.
not terrible.
I haven't had it either. Yeah,
I haven't had a lot of things at Popeyes I didn't like.
Yeah. I mean, I still swear by Popeye's green beans. I love their fucking green beans.
I would never bother with something that healthy at Popeyes. Listen, red beans and rice all day long at fucking Popeyes. That and I haven't had the popcorn stuff, the popcorn shrimp or chicken or whatever they've got.
Yeah, I haven't had much there either. But
the problem with Popeyes is
I will tell you. Go ahead.
Popeyes is like, for all intents and purposes, it's just a spicier. To me, it's a spicier KFC. I enjoy it more, but it's way more expensive. Like, Popeyes is expensive, man.
I don't know. I haven't eaten Popeyes in like 20 years. I'm going back to the 90s.
No, fuck 20. Man, we should stop by Popeyes on the road.
After the diet, maybe.
Oh, all right. Well,
don't be working for.
I like a Burger King.
I want you guys to tie in the worst way.
Tie.
I want you guys to tie. I want to do some kind of weird tiebreaker weight challenge.
If I win, it's a tie because he won the first one.
No, I want you to. I want you guys to lose.
I
want both of you to have lost the exact same amount of weight.
Well, we'll see.
He's already 10 pounds behind.
Listen.
I didn't lose anything this week. Go fuck yourself.
Probably not.
As an older gentleman, it takes Ben a little bit longer to wind up.
God damn it!
But fear not, AJ. Towards that finish line, you better be on your game, man, because he'll get you, bro. He's got that, he's got the experience.
I thought you were gonna say I got the retard strength or something.
I was almost going that way, but I'm like, not only is it not applicable, but I think a few times this podcast I've already said a few questionable things that may need to be edited.
I'm allowing retard.
Oh, okay.
I'm not letting them take that one from me.
Okay, 10-4.
But here's the thing. Now, you're 10 pounds behind because there's no way you lost weight. You're
At
the
all?
only person I've ever met. Well, come on. Let's go back to a couple weeks ago where he clearly said, "I'm on keto, but gained weight."
Well, but that was
weight on keto.
But that was because I was eating multiple times a day and a huge quantity of food, even though it was keto good food. So now I'm eating one meal a day, and I'm not eating as bad, like as calorie dense and heavy stuff. I just like you, just by cutting back, I have to have been losing some weight.
Let's see.
Yeah,
we shall see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not hopping on a scale to edify you. I'm going to at least let it go another week before I do a progress report.
Just so he never has to worry about the scale. He threw his out the window. He's going to have to buy a new one at the end of the month, AJ.
Right.
He's not going to look.
You're going to have to drag me to a Publix.
Well, shit, man. We're going to have to go to like 3 or 4 and average them out then.
Yeah, they're probably not even right.
No public scale is right. It's always off by like. I remember one time when I was trying to gain weight. When I was trying to put on.
Listen to this guy when I'm trying to gain weight. Have you ever in your life tried to gain weight? Because I haven't.
Seriously,
But when I was
it just happens.
when I was trying to get it to like 255, 260, and I would just go and like one scale was like, oh, you're 235, and I went, fuck you, and I went home and my scale said, oh, you're 240 something. I was like, oh, thank God, thank God, thank God. And then I went to another scale, so like 240.
Nah, you always gotta if you're measuring progress, you always gotta keep to the same scale.
Yeah.
like from the beginning.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are we saying that there's a chance that Temple's cheated here using a public scale?
No.
Is that what we're going with?
I sent you the photo of the scale I used. So if the final one isn't on that same scale, what are we doing here?
Listen, AJ, you got me.
I'm gonna need to call Publix and see if there's been any calibration in between way to way.
At some point, you and I have to be on some kind of honor system here.
And I'm here, AJ, watching his ass. Don't worry, he ain't cheating on my watch. He ain't cheating on my watch. I know there's nobody watching on your end, but I also know you're not taking any performance-enhancing substances.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not you.
The only performance enhancing substances is I took like 4 or 5 shits yesterday. That's about it.
And see, if it's biological, man, it's allowed.
Well,
Dude.
it's probably because my body's like, what is this green stuff you're putting in it?
I'm
Where are the donuts?
Your body's like a carrot. Fuck you.
right. Where's the donut? Right.
We're trying to clog the arteries, not clear them.
I know. But I am definitely using the strategy at the end where I'm probably going to take that stuff you're supposed to take before colonoscopy the day before and empty myself out, so I'm not carrying any residual weight.
Oh yeah, you both are just gonna go through and just like fucking shit your brains out like 12 hours before, just like making weight for the fucking UFC.
I am
You're
definitely
gonna show up by fucking flat abs and just be like, just all skin and bones. You're sitting there like water, just screaming for.
As soon as you get up the scale, they're handing you like a bowl of lentil soup or something. I saw that once.
A bowl of lentils.
I forget the fight, but Jackie and I went down for boxing autographs, and at the weigh-ins for some event down in Miami, and we got Don King and a couple of the boxers, and I have no idea who was on this card, but I watched the two guys weigh in, and one guy could barely walk, and they helped him to the scale, and then they helped him back down to the chair, and then like immediately had a thermos full of like lentil soup, and he was just
less than 24 hours
eating it like they were just trying to get it back into his system.
And in less than 24 hours, that guy's gonna be fighting for his life in a fucking ring. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, you guys. It's gonna come down to the wire there. Ben, are you going to hit a scale before the actual weigh out?
Yeah, I'll have to check my I will do it next week so that I know that if I'm not making enough progress, I have to step it up. But I figured that like weighing myself 4 days after it started isn't going to be an indicator of anything.
Yeah.
You know. And you better be careful. I walked to the grocery store today.
Oh.
I got my steps in.
Jesus. So ridiculous.
Yeah, well, AJ walked to his phone today. All right, so you're good.
Actually, I've been cleaning my kitchen all morning, so I've been wiping things down and cleaning.
I was doing fireman's carry with about 50 pounds of groceries on the way back.
Is that weird, man? Like because before I came over here, I started putting away some of our kitchen stuff, and the wife's like, "Oh, well, let me help." I'm like, "No, it's my kitchen. It's my kitchen." It's weird. Like when we were kids, it was all, "Hey, that's the kitchen is mom.
Right.
That's mom's kitchen." But as we've gotten older, and we realized that for some reason or not, women just don't anymore
Cook.
It becomes inherent on us. I've become the kitchen guy, and so is AJ, the kitchen guy. Like, hey man, you buy.
Well, AJ's not married.
Well, he was.
Yeah, but if I didn't cook, I'd be dead.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just understand, like, oh, okay, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. So, like, in my instance, like when we got married and I got the knife set I wanted, I was so happy about the knife set.
The knife set.
I was so happy about the
knife set.
And the air fryer. Air fryer is still one of my prized possessions.
That's a good one.
I absolutely fucking love my air fryer.
Is that hard to clean?
No.
Okay. I might have to buy one.
When I eventually buy a house, I'm buying one of those ovens with a built-in air fryer where the whole oven's an air fryer if you want it to be.
That's genius.
Yeah, I know. Like you can fucking air fry like
Someone's fantasy book in their home.
I've totally between that and hibachi, I'll never leave the house.
Oh, you're gonna have a hibachi?
Fuck yeah, I'm having a hibachi grill. 100% that's happening.
You can just get one that goes on a regular grill.
Or I could have an hibachi grill.
Oh my god.
I mean, you can offer me
I had a little. My house in California had like the middle of the stove was a little
cook plate.
you can make pancakes down there and shit. Yeah,
Oh,
it
a
wasn't
griddle.
like
A
It was
griddle.
like-
That's
There was
fucking
a griddle
awesome.
in the middle. Right.
You should have taken that with you.
Well, now I'm looking at. I just cleaned my stove, and I'm looking now. I could get a piece for it. I just thought about it. It has the same kind of thing. The middle part has a thing. I think.
I think you should do that tomorrow.
Yeah,
Start making pancakes. Go for it.
Well, I didn't say I was making pancakes on it.
I mean, it's just like, listen, man. You have a cooktop like that, and you know, AJ I love cooking. Like, one of the worst parts about living at the in-laws is I haven't been able to use the kitchen as much as I like. I like cooking. I like just like grabbing a bunch of shit at Publix and going like, all right, I have this thing in my head. Let's see if it's edible. Let's see if it ends up being something I can eat. It's 9 times out of 10, you know, you're like, okay, I got this. And then every now and then you're like, all right, this was a bad idea. Like the time I used like 3 cloves of garlic in something I did, and I was like, okay, there apparently is something that's known as too much garlic in something. Like just way too much garlic.
3 cloves isn't a lot.
Pores.
What? No, like 3 whole fucking.
Comes out of your pores.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I love, man. I put garlic in my fucking scrambled eggs, man. I put garlic in everything. But
Yeah, I use garlic for everything, too.
that one time I was like, no, this is too much garlic. You're gonna make yourself sick.
That 8-pound jug. It's all garlic. It's
You have a
chili
stroke over
garlic.
there? You all right, Temples?
Huh?
Stuttering.
No.
So you have a stroke over there? You're stuttering.
He's not clutching his chest or anything. No
Is that-
telltale movie signs. We're good.
Is that the way I win this contest? What a Seinfeld move that would be.
If I died,
Ben has a stroke and the contest has to end. Day 4.
and you're arguing that you technically won it. That it's
One,
not,
right.
that I still have to put the disco shirt on with half my
It's a
face
hospital
melting.
You'll wear the disco shirt in your coffin. You'll be buried in it. That'll be your punishment.
Oh, what a ring.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh,
What a nightmare! I can't think of something worse.
oh man. As far as
I'd almost rather chop my dick off.
well, you'll be dead. I mean, we can whatever wishes you want, brother. We'll tie the fuck out of you if we need to.
So I don't know where this podcast has gone today. We're all over the board, but I have an update on the sod from last night.
Oh no, the sod that was just mysteriously like just placed across the
Oh,
street.
11
well,
o'clock it was 10.
Explain it.
10:50. Okay, 10:50, 10:51. I'm on my couch and I hear, the sound of a giant truck in front of my house. So I look outside and there's a giant truck outside the front of my house. I live in a cul-de-sac, so it's parked like with the front end at the I'm not the end of the cul-de-sac. I'm next to that guy. So the guy to the left of me, he's the end. So the front of the truck is the cab is pointed at this guy's house, and it's a long like flatbed, and it's full of sod. And a guy gets his little tractor that's attached to the back of it. He drops it down. He takes off 11 rolls of sod, these giant rolls, leaves them in the street, puts his tractor up, and just drives away. Now I'm the only guy standing outside. You would think at 11 o'clock at night, someone dropping sod, the whole neighborhood would be like, what the hell's going on? I'm standing out there, like, staring, looking, like, what's going on?
Well, you're new to the neighborhood. That's Stan's regular
Right.
sod delivery. What are you talking about?
Right. I mean, I've never heard of sod being delivered at 11 o'clock at night.
This is like a
So
Burbs
now-
moment.
Right. So now it's 1:45 here in the afternoon, and a tractor just pulled up, and now they're going for the sod. But I don't know whose sod it is because it's not like in near anybody's house. It's literally in the street, like just in the street. He left it.
Not for nothing, you should have a
Along
roll
the
of sod in your front yard right now. You just claimed a roll.
Right. Just rolled it out.
It's for everybody.
Well, it would have been something is if somebody last night was like a kid in the neighborhood was like, oh fuck it, and unrolled every sod down the street. That would have been great.
And just like paved
Right.
your street in grass.
And grass. And the worst part is
That's a hell of a TikTok video.
You should have done that.
It looks like it's burnt sad. It doesn't even look here. So the tractor's coming right now. He's picking up the first sod piece. I don't know what we got going on.
We're getting
live or something, or
live play-by-play with the sod here.
You're gonna have to let us know on the Furlough files how this all develops.
I've got nothing to do today but sit on my front porch and watch them play with the sod. See where this
Wow,
goes.
you get to be that guy today? That's awesome.
I cleaned my kitchen already. I'm done. I got nothing else to do.
I think there's got to be some TikToks in there somewhere for you, pal.
I pre-made a couple.
No, I'm saying
I'm ready to go.
No, I'm saying with the sod.
Oh yeah, I'm watching them now. This is gonna be fun.
All right. Well, the saga of the sod continues then.
So unless I come up with, let's just say if I don't come up with a better penalty by next week, that we'll go with the hot sauce.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. It sounds like it sounds like he's not trying to like place us in a place where it's like, no, I'm really not that. Like you would really be uncomfortable taking 2 straight shots of like some crazy hot sauce.
Right, and I'm not like a fan of hot shit. So, I'm thinking about it as he's talking about it, and I'm like, wow, this is gonna motivate me really not to lose because. I'm not even thinking about it going like the shot going. I'm thinking about the 30, 45 minutes after.
Oh, it's gonna fuck
those gonna fuck you up. Those 2 or 3 shits afterwards are gonna be one of the worst experiences.
No,
of your life.
I've watched people do shots of hot sauce where then they're like their body starts kind of going into shock. They're shivering and they're fucking yeah.
This is great, nice.
He may accidentally like get it on his finger and touch his eye. We don't know what's going to happen here.
If you shit yourself on TikTok, there's no way we shouldn't be getting the millions of views at that point.
Right, but not on his not on his account.
Like hot shit.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of I don't know, what are they, fans, members? I don't know what you call TikTokers that are fucking subscribers. That I'm sure will nurse AJ back to health if he'll allow them to.
Well, he'll be off the diet.
I just wouldn't give them your address. Go to like a hotel.
Oh no.
I don't think a woman should ever have your address again.
I no, definitely not.
We got to tell that story one day.
That's a good story. I'm surprised you guys haven't told that in the Furlough files yet.
No, we haven't yet. No, that's a good story.
Because that's a fantastic. It doesn't happen to everybody.
No. But I will tell you this. Though, that I went live this morning on TikTok, and there's a woman on there, and she says something about I gotta come to Kansas City. They have the best barbecue. So I said that would be great. I would love to come to Kansas City. And my buddy Mark James, he used to be a wrestler too in the Carolinas. He was on there watching, and he says, man. If we had a sponsor and to pay for us to come out there, we'd come out there and eat all the food and review it. And this woman responds with, I'll find you a sponsor in Kansas City today. I was like, she's not playing. She's serious. And she was dead serious. She's like, I'm going to find you a sponsor. Fly you out here to try food in Kansas City and make TikToks. Oh. Folks, that is real. That doesn't get any more real than that.
It doesn't get. I watched it happen.
That story gave me gas. All that talk of barbecue.
That is real. That is not fake.
Can I let you know my microphone smells right now?
Oh.
Oh God.
Those are real.
I have to be in the same room. I can attest the realness of what just happened.
That's why I've been leaning over my chair. I've been like kind of shifting it out.
I just got the ass corona.
Tonight you'll have the pink eye.
Well, I'll make sure.
Your wife's gonna be like, "What happened to your eye?"
I'm gonna be like, "Oh, nothing. I'm great." Rub my eye over the pillow. See you later, baby. The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
If I gave my wife pink eye, I'm pretty sure that's off this. I'm pretty sure that's divorce papers being filed next week.
Right.
Right. You tell her exactly what happened.
Yep. And they're like, "Are you surprised?"
Although
I'm like,
she probably wouldn't be surprised, right?
No, she's not surprised. She already thinks Ben's a terrible influence on me.
Well, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
Right. She's not far off.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not encouraging any like actual like arrestable activity, but
No. And
but once things open up, we're definitely going to eat steaks at the Titty Bar for lunch.
we have to. We have to enter that building once.
There's
Where's that?
Right by where we work,
which is a giant truck stop with a trailer park attached to it. Across the street is a really nice building from the outside.
Vixens.
Vixens.
Vixens strip club or gentleman's club or whatever the fuck you want to call it. We need to go in there during day shift and see just what is alive in there.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure no gentlemen ever go in there. So
that close to the truck stop for sure.
And it's weird because we start like since we pointed it out, or you pointed it out the other day, like I drive by now looking for the lot lizards, and every now and then you see one slither out of a truck, and just move on to the next, and you're like, oh shit, the whole economy of this truck stop in motion. And it's something I never noticed before. So yeah, we definitely have to go and see how many of the day shift workers don't look like like Power Ranger villains.
There's a reason they work the day shift.
Yes, sir. I'm pretty sure the lights will be very dim inside.
Dude, they don't let any sunlight.
They might slap you on the way in to kind of disorientate you a little bit.
So you're seeing stars.
Yeah.
Your vision's obstructed.
Like maybe shoot smoke in your face.
They give you the Stooges 2-eye poke. The guy taking your money as you walk in.
Like you just gotta sit there. We gotta sit there one time, eat lunch in there, and just feel really uncomfortable to go. All right, we experienced this. Have a great TikTok out of it or two, and then go home and shower repeatedly until the experience is physically off our skin.
Yeah, I'll save that for a day or two.
Okay, all right. You let that simmer in there.
That'll be a AJ no shower stretch.
We'll do it on a Friday, so we can make the weekend.
Yeah. Let's go back to that. I don't. Every weekend I don't shower Saturday and Sunday.
You're a filthy animal.
Yeah, Friday night I work. I work on Monday. Yeah,
I can't say the same.
I don't know, man. I just like being dirty sometimes.
Dirty balls and all.
Oh my god.
Here, I'll
we're going off the rails now.
Well, I gotta tell you this. I gotta end it with this here. Speaking of balls, and I'm not talking about you and Howard Brody, their temples. What I'm talking about is I got a Father's Day gift early from a friend of mine, and she said, laugh or get offended. And it's a good thing I don't get offended often. So I said, oh, okay, cool. So I knock at the door 2 days ago. I open the door, and there's a little box. I open it. She got me a box, and the box says ballsy on it, and it says keep the funk off your junk. And it is an entire ball sack wash package. This is the truth. I've got Ball Guard liquid powder. It says ballsy. I've got ball wash. This is what it's called. I've got sack spray, and then my favorite, I've got nut rub.
Nut rub.
This is a real thing. This is not a joke. Ballsybrand.com, and it's #LiveBallsOut. And you can find them on Instagram at ballwash. This is a true story.
Are you being sponsored right now? Did you just throw a sponsorship ad?
No, somebody bought this for me as a Father's Day gift. And it has, when you open it up, it's all in this package, and it says, we've got your sack. And it has like a little history of the ball sack stuff, and then it breaks down which each thing is, and what you're supposed to do with it. It is literally a package to put on your balls.
A package for your package.
This is like, who invented this? They're brilliant.
Do you have really shiny balls right now, AJ? Is that what you're trying to say?
I haven't used it yet.
It sounds like a hell of a lot of work. I never have products for
let's see.
Individual parts like that.
Well, you have the ball wash, which it's actually, I don't even realize this is just now.
I can't think ball wash and not think golf. And not think
listen to this. Yeah. It's the bottle says ball wash, nut, butt, and body wash.
Oh, so it's for more than just your balls.
Then you have the sack spray, which is a neutralizing odor. Then you have the liquid powder ball guard, and then the nut rub is this is serious. It is called nut rub. It is a cologne for your balls. This is true.
I mean,
It's made with beeswax to soothe the skin while defending against irritation and bacteria. That's what
Beeswax.
it says.
Beeswax.
This is
Someone
amazing.
almost got killed by
Yeah.
bees this week.
Let's. It's too soon to mention the word bee.
oh, here we go now. Here we go.
We were doing bee puns all day the next day after Marco almost got murdered by bees.
I didn't almost get murdered by bees, but they would have been accessories to the crime had I been hit by the car.
Well, then it's death by bees.
Yeah.
They shoved you in front of a car, basically.
Yeah. All right. I guess we haven't told the story. I'll just briefly go over it. In our job, we have to look into water meter boxes to get numbers, and sometimes those water meter boxes, because they're nice damp environments, you'll find snakes, scorpions, lizards, frogs, spiders, and ever so occasionally you'll find a fucking hive of bees. And I was standing on the top of said meter box, getting numbers, serial numbers, and information off one of the backflows. I looked down because I happened to see a bee fly in front of me. A bee. I looked down, and from my knees down, I was basically covered in bees. And
Bees knees.
bees knees, and I did the only thing that a grown
Wait,
ass.
you couldn't see your pants legs? It was just bees? Like
No, like that, not like that, not coated that much, but
Oh.
they were all over they were coming over the knee when I realized what was happening, because they were basically crawling for the meter box. They didn't get inside my pants, and because I wear heavy canvas dicky pants, the stingers couldn't penetrate, I guess. But they were coming up the pants, and I did the only thing that a very rational, reasonable 6'3", 220-pound male will do. I flipped the fuck out. I started rolling around. I threw everything. I probably screamed in an octave that, had someone been filming it, would have been highly embarrassing.
I'm really upset I wasn't there for this.
And then I rolled into the street, almost into I think it was like a Corolla or something that was coming across the road, and I almost got fucking ran over by a car. And then
A Corolla, no less.
yeah, it's that would not have been fun.
Yeah.
So and then when I finally got the bees off me, I got into my work vehicle, and I just sat there full of adrenaline for about 15-20 minutes before I calmed down, because I almost died by a bee. It was not fun. And yes, had someone been filming that, man, only what would have happened.
I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed I wasn't
Seriously.
there for that.
Yeah.
You missed it.
Yeah.
I definitely would have
Wow.
been an embarrassing moment for me. Something I would have had to drink heavily on for years to come. Had it been made for public consumption. So thank goodness Ben wasn't around, so my mental health can be sustained for one more day. I don't know if we have anything else. Do we?
No,
No, I think we beat the shit out of this podcast today.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
this. You got the. We've got the
Oh,
Sod saga going on.
I wanted to bring up one thing,
Oh no.
and that's it. And it's just a follow-up to the commentary about your brother eating his chicken wrap sideways, like biting into the middle of it instead of on the ends,
Yeah.
Like a weirdo.
like a weirdo. I didn't film it, and I wish I did. But I was sitting with him in the truck. He went and got a sub from Publix, and he was eating that motherfucker like an ear of corn.
Like an ear of corn.
He was eating it
How?
across the top. He was biting it, just working his way across the top, like a fucking not eating it from the end like a normally. And now I get it. Like all of us have probably, if you have a sub and how it's open at the top, that's where the bread. And if there's like some big things sticking out of it, you might take a bite out of that. No.
Right.
He just
right.
kept working down his way.
Jesus.
I don't know who dropped him as a child.
It wasn't me.
Well, I got one more thing before we go off to it. This is actually a question. I think it's a valid question.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Being that you have Blake Chadwick cornered tonight for a few hours,
Oh,
are you
no.
going to try to sneak in a podcast?
Probably. I doubt it. But,
A post AEW reactionary.
especially since he
I don't
has...
say post. It's way too late.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be pre or
You
during.
almost like we're sitting on the couch. Ben
well,
goes
he's-
in his room and just brings out the microphones,
There
hands
is
it to
no-
us, and starts going.
There is no pre.
Yeah.
There is no pre. He's got to do that thing for Gangrel.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember how he was mentioning how he had to was probably doing double duty on that?
Yeah.
And I don't. And so I'm not having him do two unpaid things today.
Oh, he's probably so
Wow.
hot about that.
I don't know.
Well, it's a good thing he doesn't listen to this, so.
Right.
Are you trying to say that Blake Chadwick doesn't participate in our Breakfast Club insanity and
doesn't.
chicanery?
Well,
He could be supportive
I will say this.
at times.
I will say this. He has done a call-in or two. He showed up once, and he has participated the last couple weeks, so I'm not going to talk
and there's
shit
been
about
more
Blake.
we talk.
Yes.
right.
There has
Yeah.
been more we talk.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So I'll give him some credit until he deserves, scoring otherwise.
Well, yeah, we'll be fair.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys have fun tonight. I'm going to actually order it and watch it myself here, so.
I'll let you.
Which I usually don't do.
I get to see what AEW is all about now, and AJ is going to sit here and let us know where this sod ends up.
I figured.
I'm actually staring out the window right now, watching them.
Oh my god. I'm on pins and needles. I'm gonna until you reveal tonight what happened.
I absolutely love you've become that neighbor. I love it.
Oh my god.
The funny part is they all keep looking at me like, why is this guy looking at us? I'm like staring at them like I'm that guy. My hands are on my hips.
Like you're the weird guy for not having 11 fucking rolls of sod outside your
Right.
house for some mysterious reason.
Or that there's any reason for you it to be weird for you to be curious about it.
Right. Yeah. Well, like another car just pulled up and like,
I'm the weird one for noticing this shit.
right, yeah, right.
I'll just walk by like it's not there.
People. Right, sitting in the street, like literally in the street.
Have you driven in and out since it was delivered, or have you been home?
No, I didn't go anywhere.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if like you had actually been had to like drive around it and get a good look. Or
Well, no, but my neighbor just came home, and it's obviously not his side, but he had to do a little loop around it because it's in that lane, like a lane that you're like one of the lanes. Like
Do you
have to
guys
go around it?
do you guys have an HOA?
We do.
There might be some questions that need to be answered there.
maybe they're
Right.
redoing.
You know what? I'm gonna go put on my short shorts, my t-shirt, and my white New Balances, and I'm gonna walk out there with my hands on my hips, calling the HOA.
Oh my god.
I fucking love every moment of this.
He's the
I'm gonna be
neighbor.
that guy.
Your neighborhood watch. You're the
Right.
Karen of the block.
I would tell you to never go
Karen.
full retard, but this is one of those few instances where it's totally acceptable.
I feel like I have to.
Fucking make sure you shine those fucking New Balances nice and white, buddy.
This neighborhood it's a great neighborhood, but I don't know anybody. And yesterday I went to get the mail, and the lady's like, "Hey, Anthony," and I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "How the fuck
this is
does he
because
know my name?"
That's because they've dug through your mail and your trash, and they know everything about you.
Well, or
She literally called my name. I was on the phone, and I got out. I looked at her with this bewildered look, and I was like, "Huh?"
I bet you, if you get shot in the street, she'll be the same one to tell the paramedics what your blood type is before you bleed out, and you'll be like, your
Well, she's
last
like
conscious
the
thought
leader
will be
up
like,
there.
how do you know?
She's not in charge of the HOA, but she's like the leader of the neighborhood. So.
And you at least like a knock on the door where you're just curious, like, hey, there's a lot of grass on the street. Any speculation
Right.
what happened with that?
You know why this grass is here? Yeah.
well, she might know.
I
kinda hoping
saw
someone's
lights in the
getting a
sky
pool.
before. Just wondering.
Well, I'm hoping someone's getting a pool because we need a pool around here,
Oh shit!
and I can't afford one. So
Fuck that. This is like your third house in as many years. Fuck that.
right, I know. I would love a pool, but who's got $30,000 to $50,000 to throw down?
Well,
Not in
you
this economy.
just get one of those
Not this guy.
above ground specials, buddy.
I wouldn't even get a fence because they quoted me $10,000. I was like, nah, it's out of the price range. The guy's like, well, I mean, that is the price range no matter where you go. I was like, well, it's not mine.
It's like I guess I might get a fence.
Just get
Well,
some.
actually, this is funny though because that was like 6 months ago. He had come out and give it to me. I said, no, I'm good. So I had an idea that I want to get a smaller fence maybe just so the dog can have her own spot. I called him the other day to say, hey, is it cool to come out and give me another quote? You know what happened?
What?
He didn't come out.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck this guy. I'm not coming to give him another quote. Wasted my time last time. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. All
I
right.
gotta
Well,
go get some food. I got a headache.
yeah.
So
Go Go represent your neighborhood.
I'm gonna go eat some eggs.
Speaking of eggs.
Nasty fuck. Goodbye.
Bam.
Let's see if he hangs up or if he pulls a Blake. Hello? Ah, there he goes. All right, I guess that's it for us too, man.
That was
I got
fantastic.
a headache from laughing.
That was good. that was the good time there. This is a good podcast.
If you say so.